I spent the last 2 weeks just grinning. I spent the last 2 weeks just Testing. Does this thing work? Welcome, guys. Welcome in. Today we're having our second episode of the podcast. I am terribly sorry. This has been a week in the making, and it should have happened last week. On me, my work schedule fucked us over when it came to it. And we just never got around to doing it before the conference championship round. But let's move over here. As you can probably tell, I am muted. I'm deafened in the call, so we're going to start this in a second. Again, Mac, I know you're probably able to hear this right now. Thank you for the 25 bits. I appreciate that, brother. You're a homie, you're amazing. I love you, brother. Anyway, so today's stream, we are going to be talking about the College Football National Championship. We're going to talk about some things involving the Washington Capitals. We'll be talking about the NFL playoffs, and if anything else comes to our minds as far as it goes for sports. We definitely will be having our ranting segment of the channel, or not of the channel, but of the stream. So, without further ado, let's put a pause to the music. And let's definitely in the call.
You know, someone call for a frog.
Not the frog. At least, well, Ducky's not here, so they can't take the frog.
I brought my own lily
Anyway.
pad to be safe.
Nice. All right, everybody. Welcome to today's to the second ever episode of this lovely podcast, to which we still
have no name for.
To which we still have no name.
Honestly, I'm kind of leaning towards the Undetermined podcast.
Fuck it. Let me change this.
The Undetermined Sports podcast, because like it kind of like that kind of rolls pretty good. Like it's undetermined what's going to happen in sports, so we are the Undetermined Sports podcast, but just the Undetermined podcast.
Undetermined Sports Podcast, episode 2. All right. Let me also go fix that on YouTube. Huh?
I was trying to use abbreviations.
UPC, yeah, UPC.
You mean USP?
No, it's Undetermined Sports Podcast.
Yeah,
USP.
USP.
Not a USB, a USP.
USP. Indeed.
Alright,
What are you doing?
let's be real.
Alive.
This could be a lot better.
I'm a little bit pissed at my pick. Like, had such high hopes. Immediately shot to shit.
What sport are we talking about here?
Immediately going into the NFL.
Okay, so we're gonna open it up with the biggest banger of the past 2 to 3 weeks.
Can we get a couple of seconds?
So, first things first, we gotta cover the divisional round because we did not do that. We missed last week. We have to cover the divisional round. I'm sorry to you, our resident Lions fan, but we unfortunately have to mourn the losses of all of the past 2 weeks. And let me pull up the NFL real quick so we could go ahead and pay proper tribute.
Can we just say the last 2 weeks didn't exist in football?
No.
That's a good thing.
So
college and pro.
we're gonna start off. We'll start this off with the Texans and the Chiefs.
Texans, you have
To
all.
be
You
to
could
be
have been the guy.
to be quite real with y'all,
With that
I-
O-line, they were not going anywhere.
yeah, they weren't gonna go anywhere with that
I-
O line, but I will say, I honestly thought that was going to be an ass whooping, like a complete ass whooping.
Yeah.
The fact that the Texans actually made it entertaining and competitive is a miracle in its own. So,
Yeah.
for that, even though it was still a 2-possession game, we give kudos to the Texans for the factor of they were able to hold the resident evil man of the NFL.
The boogeyman of the NFL currently, the new age Patriots.
Shut the fuck up. Leave my Patriots out of this.
Okay, you cannot say that you as a Patriots fan cannot look me in the fucking eye and say that the past 12 years of dominating the Super Bowl picture.
You know what?
Does
Chat,
not mean
you're not gonna see this, but it doesn't. It doesn't.
I'm gonna fix my OBS. Yes, the fuck it do.
Motherfucker, no it doesn't. Why the fuck do you have a snowman?
Chat, you can't see this, but it's absolutely.
Oh, he has a stress ball. Chat, y'all can't see this right now because well, none of us are face cam streamers at all.
Which,
but
speaking of which, for people who might have a slight interest in what's going on with me, going to be debuting a new model soon.
Let's go. Yes, we will see him with a model in the very near future. So keep in touch with the episodes, and you will see is that a fit? Is that a poppet? It is a poppet.
Yes, it is.
I got a Twitch up in 2023.
Oh. Fuck.
I also recently learned that Twitch TOS apparently does allow the consumption of flour. So, but
Yes,
we
it
here at the
allows.
Undetermined-
It
yeah, but we here
allows
at the
that.
Undetermined-
And allows
we here
this.
at the But we here at the Undetermined Sports Podcast to make this preface before saying, as the resident smoker here, I will make the precedent to say, here at the Undetermined Sports Podcast, we do not condone or encourage the use of cannabis products, THC, Delta, CBD, or anything of the sort. It is not This is non-medicinal use. This is purely for recreational use and enjoyment. Twitch, this perfectly complies within TOS. Please don't ban my boy.
Yeah, don't worry. He works at a smoke shop, or he somewhat works at a smoke shop, so he knows what he's talking about.
State laws vary. State laws vary. That's another thing. Like here on like that's why I'm kind of leaning towards the Undetermined podcast, because realistically, whenever the sports seasons are over, y'all, what the fuck are we going to talk about? We're probably going to talk about whatever the fuck we got. So
let's see. So when the bright side about this is football ends in 2 weeks.
yeah.
So or
Yeah,
in a
man,
week and a
just-
half actually.
I'll be honest.
We got hockey that's still going on, which is my big topic.
Yeah.
We got basketball going on, which I highly doubt any of us give a rat's ass.
None of us give a shit.
Maybe March Madness, maybe.
Well, March Madness,
Like-
that's college basketball.
That's
Okay,
still
college
basketball.
sport-
You're talking college.
College sports are very much different in comparison to professional sports.
Exactly, which is why I also hate the fact that college football plays around the exact same time as the NFL. I wish it was different, where they played football in college.
You gotta remember the NBA season's still ongoing during March Madness.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but nobody gives a fuck about the NBA during March Madness. Everybody wants to watch
During
college
the springtime,
basketball,
yeah.
and hopefully at some point see my fucking San Diego State Aztecs go win a natty.
Just because I can, go Dogs.
God damn it.
Even though the basketball team is kind of shit.
Y'all's basketball team does suck some butt.
Like, I'm not gonna hold you. We invested, like, as a resident of Georgia and someone who's been to Stanford Stadium, invested way more into football than any other sport.
This sounds like Texas.
Football is a way of life in the Southeast.
The Southeast and Texas.
Texas is an honorary member of the Southeast. Duke is
in North Carolina over by Charlotte.
I believe so.
Duke is Southeast. They're a good
Duke is
not in the SEC.
Duke is in the ACC.
Yeah.
Oh, you meant Southeast Conference.
Yeah, I'm talking about the SEC, bro.
I thought you were talking
which if we talk in SEC, go War Eagle.
Hold Tide.
Here, let me just see.
Oh boy.
Oh God, what are you doing?
See. Yes.
Chat, I don't know what he's doing.
Currently yes. 63 to 53.
Huh?
Or 56. So, little history lesson for all of those who aren't aware. For specifically Chew, this is a statistic specifically to dunk on Chew because he decided to say War Eagle, which is an Auburn war cry. Yet Auburn has also gotten their asses kicked by Georgia the most, currently at 63 losses to 56 wins.
I mean, that's still not that bad.
That is Deep South's oldest rivalry.
I was gonna say the oldest rivalries.
The oldest rivalry is Army-Navy.
No.
Actually, yes, it is. Mainly because the Army and the Naval Academy were founded in the late 1800s.
I didn't start playing football until.
All right, we're going down this rabbit hole.
We're going into history. We're going into history time, chat. I guarantee you, it's another. It's two other colleges started playing football first, and is the official oldest.
Okay,
rivalry.
the first team to play college football is Princeton.
It was Princeton and somewhere else. That's some of the other.
And if I remember correctly, both teams no longer have a fucking football program.
Yeah, both schools no longer have a football team because budget cuts.
I just want to say,
I
I think we need to
rivalry.
we need to add a little suffix to our stream title instead of being USPC, USP or UPS. We need to add incoherent rambling. Suffix.
Wait, Yale and Princeton still play football. What?
Oh yeah, I forgot they still have stadiums. Yeah,
I didn't know about that.
They're the two oldest stadiums in the United States.
All right, we're taking a curb stomp to the NFL to go fuck yourself real quickly, and we're gonna go look at the 19 oldest fucking
programs.
rivalries.
Mm-hmm.
Which I still don't believe on most of these. Because
We'll get back to the playoffs. The playoff picture is important, and who ultimately won the playoff picture. We're dancing around it for a reason because we hate both teams here. But shall I give a little teaser for next week, lads?
Go for it.
Sure. Funyuns.
Mac, I feel like Mac is always against trying to give like a bone to the audience, yet Chew's immediately going to go fucking send it.
Full send.
So I want to listen to Chew. I want to listen to Chew this time and go. So we actually we'll be having a guest on next week for our
Oh,
podcast.
that.
So we'll be having a guest on next week, and this this guest is a very good friend of mine, very old friend of mine, and I feel like in general y'all will love him. He is a former streamer, but he is probably going to be getting back into it sooner or later. So, but I hope the community will welcome him with open arms.
I am going to say this. The NCAA.com top 10 oldest rivalries, and even Fox's oldest college football rivalries are also wrong. Because they are missing the Army-Navy game, which started in 1890.
Chew.
But we are going. For the topic, we will include the Army-Navy game, which is probably one of the most historical and well-versed rivalries in college football. But the oldest starts with Yale versus Princeton, started in 1873. So we are going to be coming up within the next 50 years to a 200-year-old rivalry.
Think about that for a second, ladies, gents, and everybody else in between. We are nearly at the 200 years of football. Let that sink in for a moment. We have been playing a sport where we have been basically scrambling our brains like eggs.
And beating the shit out of each other.
For almost 200 years. If that doesn't say something about the human condition to have the urge to want to kill a motherfucker, I don't know what does.
I just want to see earlier editions of football being played, because I feel it's a lot different than it is now.
It was a lot more brutal.
It was a lot more brutal. There was no such thing as a pass game, essentially.
Yeah.
Everything was by
much
the
rugby.
run game.
Yeah.
Everything was basically through the run game. There was a few like passers, but there were very few and far between, and that was only very short yardage. Not to mention, y'all, there was the concept of padding as we know it did not exist. The most they had for padding was a leather fucking helmet, and that's it.
Yeah.
Why are we defacing the snowman? You damn near have like squeezed off his eye.
I mean, he had a smiley face.
Oh my god. Hi, Megs. Welcome in. We're talking about college football again for, more so we're talking about rivalries, and then we're going to get back to the NFL.
It's a Charizard.
Yeah. So,
but, anyway.
These are things that you learn.
So yeah, we got Yale versus Yale-Princeton, started in 1873. Then it's Yale-Harvard, 1875. Princeton-Penn. Yes, we are talking about college football because we always talk about college football here. Because there's always something entertaining.
There's always something to talk about involving college football.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like something that's gonna be in podcast guaranteed during college football season.
Oh, 100%. We're probably going to talk about college football more than the NFL.
Even in the off season, we're still gonna talk about like recruits and shit.
Yeah, like for example, me and Mac are going to be probably watching the Maize versus Blue games, paying attention to the number 1 ranked recruit that we got. That quarterback Bryce Underwood that we sniped from fucking LSU.
I'm gonna be on that Georgia transfer portal, making sure that actually the team get y'all the reports from the dog pound to make sure that y'all get shit that actually makes sense versus what fucking 95% of the shit you read on
news
reports in here.
Anyway, back to the rivalries. So then, after Princeton, Harvard in 1877, you got Yale and Brown, 1880. You know what I'm realizing? These are all Ivy League schools.
Yeah, because Ivy League schools are the oldest.
Yeah.
They're probably like one of the more popular. How does it go? It was more. What's a good word for it? It was more. Was football more of an uppies?
Football back then was more just something for the students to do to stay in shape and have something to do that wasn't homework or studying.
Honestly speaking, before the NFL, what was the point of playing football other than just to hang out with the bros and just throw a pigskin around? Like there was nothing else. Like you played football for 4 years in college and you went to become a lawyer. Really think about it.
What the fuck is that? Migs, what the fuck is that? On-screen celebration, 40 bits. I have no idea what the fuck that did. Oh, it's supposed to do a emote wall, I think. Oops. It did?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Let me go. Because it's probably easier to look at it for YouTube. Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, Chew, I see there's no drink water redeem anymore. What happened to that? Do you not drink water, Chew?
No, I just drink water. I just don't feel like having a redeem for it. And thank you for the stretch. Also, Migs, thank you for the 40 bits. And thank you for the 4 more bits.
My shoulder just definitely age here about my shoulder cracking.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's Army Navy.
My shoulder out of its socket and then just pop it back in. I feel like that would fix a lot of my issues right now.
Probably. Let's see. Next we got Harvard and Dartmouth or Dartmouth.
That's Dartmouth, whatever you want to call it. That's actually not surprising.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that school existed.
I believe it or not, I did, and that's.
Thank you for the 50.
Oh shit, yo.
Next we got Lafayette versus Lehigh. Started in 1884. Now this one is this one I get a lot, and it's the whole interstate rivalry shit. South Dakota State versus the University of South Dakota. University of South Dakota, actually a school I was thinking about applying to at one point. Located in Vermilion, South Dakota, and South Dakota State, if I remember correctly, is in Sioux Falls, I think. No, I'm thinking of Dakota State University. It's not far from Vermilion and Sioux Falls, if I remember correctly. Yeah, next is Cornell and Columbia, 1889 as well. I am interjecting this fucking list because they can go eat a fat dick over not including this one. The Army Navy game founded in 1890. On the first meeting was November 29th, 1890. Twitch, the Naval Academy, absolutely murdered the Army, 24-0. Which for back then, that is a badass whooping.
purely because my best friend is former Navy.
Purely
Purely because my best friend's former Navy, and I have to go Navy.
Yeah,
You got
go
us-
Navy, beat Army. Hey, well, here's a fact for you. The school that has
Army.
the lead is the record is 63 wins, 55 losses, and 7 ties. And the team out of the two of them that has the lead in this rivalry is the one, the only, the Naval Academy.
I have you know from the top of my naval from the top of my class
And
naval academy.
as promised from before the Army Navy game that I said, I was going to buy that jersey from this year's game.
And did it ever come in?
Yeah, it actually did. It's downstairs in my ever growing arsenal of sports jerseys.
And I need to get some. I specifically really want to get a UGA.
I need to get an Auburn jersey that has Chris Davis on the back.
I want Jake Fromm because Jake from State Farm was unironically really good in in football in college.
Shoot, I forgot to tell you, I actually have a Brady Michigan jersey.
I fucking hate you.
And it's actually like from the time span of when they actually
I
played.
fucking hate you for saying that.
I can't find it.
You just triggered choose PTSD.
I told him I'd sell it.
Afterwards is Penn Cornell 1893, Harvard Brown 1893. Ah, yes, another interstate. North Dakota versus North Dakota State. Don't ask where those are. I don't know jack shit about North Dakota.
Just take the ball there.
1894. Montana versus Montana State,
All the
1897.
states that we have like no collection, like actually playing.
Yeah. William and Mary versus Richmond. Actually, if I really wanted to, I could go see that game. Founded in 1898. Damn, that game was founded 100 years before I was born.
You show your age there, bud.
Shut the fuck up. Dartmouth,
So-
Cornell, 1900s. Illinois State versus Eastern Illinois, 1901. North Dakota State versus South Dakota State, 1903. New Hampshire versus Maine, 1903. Western Illinois versus Illinois State, 1904. And then of course we have to go look at some of our teams. We already looked at the Army Navy rivalry, which been a fantastic
will
rivalry.
I will interject with Georgia's. So for Georgia, there's the three main rivalries. There's Deep South's oldest rivalry, which is Georgia Auburn, which has been going on. The first meeting was in 1892. Then for UGA Alabama, which I believe that if I remember correctly, that started in like the late 1900s. And for Georgia Tech, which is the interstate, which is known as some good old-fashioned hate. Yeah, clean old-fashioned hate has been going on since 1893. Which Tech is primarily is located in downtown Atlanta. Meanwhile, UGA is out in Athens, which I've been to Athens. Those who've seen me on Discord and my friends have seen my red Georgia hoodie that I wear constantly, and that is my hoodie that I purchased at Stanford Stadium at the bookstore. So there's your Georgia rivalries.
Alrighty,
1893.
we'll take over for Michigan. I will do, of course, the biggest of the two. There, to my knowledge, there's really only two big Michigan rivalries. There's probably a few smaller ones that nobody really gives a fuck about anymore. With Michigan, the two big ones are, of course, State versus Michigan. Actually, conveniently enough, both teams are a state school.
That's why I was like, wait a minute. Which one are you talking about?
So we got the good old Wolves versus the good old, why the fuck am I saying good old? Versus the Sparties, which that game, Michigan.
Oh, real quick, Georgia, Florida, the Georgia Florida line. It's only been going on since 1904.
Michigan State. All right, so the Michigan State rivalry has been going on since October 12th, 1898.
State or... Wait, which one?
Yes, versus State.
Okay.
The first meeting between Michigan and Michigan State was 39-0. Michigan. The most recent game back in October was 24-17 Michigan. We've had 117 meetings. Michigan leads it by a landslide. 74, 38, and 5. If we go to the trophy, Michigan still wins by a landslide, 41, 29, and 2.
Yeah, at home in Ann Arbor.
The biggest win for this rivalry is absolutely insane. Michigan beat State 119-0.
Is there a mercy rule in football? Because I feel like that should have been intended at that point.
Nah.
Let's see. Current win streak is Michigan of 3 games. Now, the rivalry everybody knows about. The one that everybody tunes into on rivalry weekend. Michigan versus Ohio State. One of the most hated rivalries in college football.
In sports.
There's a lot of hate between these two schools. And it proves it. There's been so many times that I've heard of stories of Michigan fans getting their ass beat in Columbus, getting mugged. I've heard some people have been in Columbus. Surprisingly, though, with this rivalry, nobody has gone on a 10-game winning streak.
Yeah, it was close.
It was close by both teams.
Thank you, Harbaugh.
The reason I say that is because Michigan in 1901 to 1909 went on a 9-game win streak. And then we also know the latest one of Ohio State with Urban Meyer. Also gone about 8 or 9 games. So it's been a pretty close rivalry for this. First game in October 16th, 1897, 34-0 Michigan. That's at old Regents Field, too. There's been 122 meetings, or 120 meetings, not 122. Michigan has won 62 of them, lost 51, and tied 6 of them. And Michigan's largest win was 86-0. You know what? I want to see how long Auburn and... You know what? We're in this rabbit hole. God damn it.
Yep.
We should have saved the history lesson for a different stream.
We should have.
I mean, to be honest, it doesn't really matter. It is a podcast where we do rant about sports.
Yeah. Oh! The Iron Bowl started in 1893, and you're not going to believe who won the first game. Auburn won 32-22. At least it was a respectable score.
No, I'm
And-
not even mad.
I'm not. I will. I'll say it. It's kind of impressive that it was actually a close game, especially seeing as how, like, if we look at all the big schools that do this, it generally is first game is like 30 to 80, 30 to 50 point to nothing against the other team. The last meeting was actually not that bad. Alabama still won, but it was 28-14. This game has gone on 89 times. Alabama leads by a slight landslide of 51-37-1. Alabama has the biggest win of 55-0 in 1948. Alabama has the longest win streak of 9 wins from 73 to 81, and Alabama is currently on a 5-game winning streak since 2020. When you talk about the Iron Bowl, you can't forget to talk about Chris Davis. The memes that came out of that game were funny. And I know some of the videos I've seen on that of watching the band were also ridiculous. Because the band's just sitting there, like, watching the ball go up, like, okay, we're going to overtime. Sees Chris Davis running up the sideline, freaking the fuck out. You see the drum majors, like, running at each other, going like, yeah! And then the director's just like, shit, alright, trying to get everybody back in line.
Yep.
And you just see everybody's like, oh shit, playing the fucking fight song. Fantastic. I love college football for that reason alone. Anyway, back to the NFL. After that long fuck.
That long side tangent that went on for almost 45 minutes.
Yeah, roughly about that. Anyway, so we talked about the Texans and the Chiefs game. Respectable game we actually enjoyed. I'm gonna leave one particular game for last. So we're gonna move on to the Rams and the Eagles. Honestly,
I expected the Rams to put more of a fight.
I mean, they put up a fight. They just didn't put up enough of a fight. Stafford kind of showed his age in this game. Not even gonna lie.
Oh yeah, no, 1000%.
Father Time is catching up to him.
Indubitably. I believe if the Rams are smart, even though this is a weak draft, they'll at least pick. Now, don't pick up a quarterback in the first round because y'all don't need it right now.
They'll probably waste a value pick on him.
Yeah, I'd say it goes maybe a fourth, fifth, or sixth rounder for a quarterback that could possibly.
6 for a starter? I don't.
Hello.
That is a one-time wonder, and the only other time
Brock
this happened.
Purdy.
Okay,
Mr.
and what
Irrelevant.
happened? And that was how many years ago?
I don't fucking like 2-3 years ago.
What are we talking about?
As
We're talking about
Skis!
skis. Welcome in, buddy. I just got the email about your follow too, actually.
welcome in, buddy. Welcome in.
Welcome in, bud.
We
We're
understand
talking
this
about
podcast.
football, or well, the NFL specifically, because we got
We were talking about college
got
for the whole
sidetracked.
entire stream.
Shut
we were
up.
like
For a
5
good like
minutes.
quarter, or for a good like 45 minutes, we've been on college.
Look,
Yeah,
we have
it's been
we're
15 minutes.
we have a little bit of the statistic. I see your streaming going better than mine did. Dude, don't put yourself down like that. We're just chilling. We're just talking. There's nothing. We're not. It's not. When it comes to streaming, it's never a competition, buddy. You don't have to worry about competing with
Don't
one
watch.
another. Don't watch the
also
numbers,
don't-
especially as a
Yeah.
newer streamer. You should never
Don't watch
watch
the
your numbers. Only reason you should watch your numbers is to see if you're holding that 3 viewers, so you can be able to get to affiliate. Outside of that, ignore everything. Don't fucking care about your follower numbers. Yes, seeing what your follower numbers are at is good, because then you can be like, people know me, type of vibe. And your viewer numbers can also do the same thing. Like, trust me, I'm basically starting from the ground up on YouTube as well. So it's a grind, it's a struggle, it's a fight, I can't think of another thing that rhymes.
I need a hero.
Bro, that was fucking Elton in the video I watched while I was at work, man.
I am so confuzzled on what the fuck.
Anyway, I almost said back to college.
Okay.
Rams
Back to the
definitely need to pick up that quarterback. Pick up at least a late round draft pick quarterback to see if they could start possibly getting him to work, and possibly be ready to take over the reins for Stafford when Stafford eventually, well, not croaks out of the league, but
He
is
bows out.
unable to play.
He bows out gracefully with the grace of a man who's tumbled through his career and somehow managed to stumble into a ring.
Yeah, I mean, he is the literal
Hey,
definition
hey.
of.
Yes.
I love him. As he's a former UGA quarterback. I'm
Yeah,
grateful that he won a ring, but at the same time, most injury-ridden career I have seen outside of maybe RG3.
Yeah, but the dude stayed in the league for a long time. Think about it.
His longevity was there, but his fucking his tendons were made of fucking like paper.
Here's the difference between Stafford and RG3. If I remember correctly, Stafford didn't blow his knee out multiple times.
Exactly, and he also had
And
this thing called being held back by the team around him. The moment he went to the Rams, an elite unit, he immediately won a Super Bowl.
I mean, the Detroit Lions of when he got there with Calvin Johnson was a fucking amazing
Calvin Johnson was in his
team.
twilight years.
Oh, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
He was not. He was nowhere near his prime.
He was still in his prime when
What do you
Stafford
mean?
got there.
He was just 2 years in.
Yeah.
Calvin got
God.
drafted in 2007. Stafford got there in 2009.
That was 2000. That was 13.
No.
No,
Stafford's
2009.
been in the league for like almost 20 years. We count four more years. Stafford been in the league for 20 years.
Jesus, my memory is shit.
Yeah, no, Calvin Johnson was picked round 1, pick 2 of the 2007 draft out of Georgia Tech.
I say, was he from Georgia Tech?
He was from Tech. So he
the
played.
only bright spot on that tech roster in 06.
Yeah,
It's
no.
a rivalry between Tech and Georgia.
Johnson played till from
It's
07 to
some clean old-fashioned
2015,
hate.
which
And that,
oh Jesus, he almost had 2,000 yards receiving.
Too.
The reason why I say he was held back by bad Lions teams, if you look at the O-lines of the Lions at the time,
That's a whole nother story.
Well,
that's the problem. The skill
here's one.
positions were okay at best. Calvin Johnson being the headliner for wide receiver. Who else was playing wide out for the Lions at that time?
Well, wait. When years are we talking about this? They got Golden Tate eventually.
I was about to say, the years that you had Stafford and Johnson playing on the same roster. Who else was who was wide out number 2? If Calvin Johnson's wide out 1.
Golden Tate. That was like.
Give me 1 second.
I was about to say, and
All right, we're gonna
if I remember
go.
correctly, didn't Golden Tate have his injury problems too?
Yeah, but Golden Tate was a physical wide receiver. Calvin.
That was his problem.
Like,
He got
I saw
too
Alright,
physical and he
so-
got injured.
I saw that man laying out people. Well, here's my thing. Here's what sucks about being a Lions fan. Since you're talking about the residential one, we could not stay with one coach. If
Y'all
you've noticed,
suck
we
at
were on
that.
we were on the coach merry-go-round for a long ass time.
As a Browns fan,
And-
I know that feeling, especially because of quarterbacks.
And coaches. You guys had a lot of coaches.
Okay, we
Alright.
don't talk about Hugh Jackson.
Okay, and we won't talk about Matt Patricia. We'll have a gentleman's agreement.
All right.
Okay, but we can't talk about
Starting in 2009, you had Bryant Johnson, who had 35 catches for 417 yards and 3 touchdowns. That record was 2-14. The next season was an improvement of 6-10. Wide receivers were Calvin Johnson and Nate. The starting 2 wide receivers, at least, were Nate Burleson.
You don't know Nate Burleson?
No.
Have you seen Good Morning Football?
No. 2011 was good, 10-6, second in the NFC North. You had, of course, Calvin Johnson, Nate Burleson, and Titus Young.
Oh,
That was also an incredibly weak year for the NFC North.
Yeah, true. Proceeds to follow it up with 4-12 in 2012.
Wait, didn't the Packers win the Super Bowl that year?
2011, I believe that was the Packers. Yes,
I think.
You see a weak NFC.
And a weak NFC compared to the NFC North in comparison to literally this year, where 3 teams made it to the fucking playoffs.
Yeah.
It was relatively weak.
That's true.
Proceeds with the 2012 season of Calvin Johnson and Titus Young as the 2 primary wide receivers. Nate Burleson was still on the team. He was probably injured.
No, I think he was getting old at that point. He'd been in the league.
Yeah. 2013, 7-9.
I think.
Nate Burleson, Chris Durham, and Calvin Johnson were your starting wide receivers.
Dude, Chris Durham. That's the name I have. Okay, picture this. You have 2 wide receivers. You have Calvin, who's 6'5", and then you have Chris Durham, who's 6'7".
All right, you're going to like this next year. 2014, 11-5. You had
Yeah.
in your wide receiver room Calvin Johnson, of course. He was there until after the next season. Jeremy Ross
Yeah,
Jesus.
Jeremy Ross, I forgot.
and Golden Tate with his first year on the team.
So 2014.
Yeah, which let me casually just go find
Those
Golden
7
Tate
years. That's
so I can see when the fuck did Golden Tate join the team. Oh yeah, also on the cornerback side of things, Darius Slay was on the team.
So
Yeah.
this is why I said their offense inconsistent as hell, but their defense 9 times out of 10 rock solid.
That's the thing, is that like we couldn't pick one side. Because one year we'd have a really good offense, then we have a very bad defense. We have a really good defense and then a really bad offense.
I mean,
This year I will give them the benefit of the doubt. The defense was absolutely destroyed.
We still
From-
won games though. They had heart.
they had
They played
heart.
with heart,
Imagine,
They played with heart,
Imagine.
hunger, and tenacity, but they didn't win.
imagine if Hutch didn't snap his leg against the Cowboys.
Oh, we'd be talking about some completely different game.
I believe if Hutch didn't snap his leg, there's a chance that the Lions could have gone undefeated.
Undefeated, maybe. Firm, maybe.
Firm, maybe.
However, I do
Also,
think they would have had a much easier time getting to the playoffs.
Well,
Oh,
no,
100%.
because we still our one of our losses we had Hutch, so I can't really say anything.
Okay,
That was
never
also when
mind.
the Bucks were on fire. But we barely lost to the Bills.
Yeah,
That's the fucking Bills.
yeah.
That was the
Also,
season.
We'll talk about the fucking Bills.
yeah.
I
Well,
got some beef with the Bills.
I'm not surprised.
Everybody does.
Anyway, to add on to this 2014 team of the Lions, you also had Reggie Bush.
I was gonna say we had Reggie Bush too.
Yeah, who only played 9 games.
But at that point, I think we had lost Ndamukong Suh. So like our defensive line was just trash.
No, Sue was on the team.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Did
Sue
he
was
leave
on the
next-
team for that. 2015, he went to Miami. To which then y'all immediately went to 7-9. Y'all's wide receiver room was primarily Calvin Johnson and Golden Tate.
Yep.
Uh,
Till Johnson retired.
yep. Johnson retired.
That was Marvin
Other-
Jones and Golden Tate.
Other wide receivers, Corey Fuller.
Oh, did we get Marvin
uh,
Jones from you guys?
Huh?
Wasn't Marvin Jones a Bengal?
I'm not a Bengals fan.
I'm a Bengals fan. I'm the Bengals and Browns fan here, and I believe so, if memory serves me correct.
His eyes gone, by the way.
2016 without, yeah. So Marvin Jones and Golden Tate, as well as Anquan Bolden.
Oh yeah, I forgot we had Anquan Bolden.
Dude, I still
know
can't
this is-
believe he played for y'all.
And that was the last year of Jim Caldwell. See, like that's the issue. Is then we signed Matt Patricia. Fuck you.
No, 2017 was Jim Caldwell, then Matt Patricia.
Yeah, I just want to say fuck the Patriots.
Look,
Sorry,
it's not,
I am a.
it's
I like
not
the
my
Pats, but
it's not my fault. It's not my team's fault that anybody that tries to become a head coach that was on Belichick's coaching staff sucked ass.
didn't you? I know.
Nathaniel Hackett. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Almost
No.
really knew
No.
that.
No. No.
He
No. No.
really
No.
knew how to hack together an offense.
No. 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 Fucking Josh McDaniels.
Turning the fucking Broncos into a glue factory.
I will say Dan Campbell. Holy shit, that turnaround. Fucking Dan Campbell's first season, 3-13-1.
Yeah, first like kind of win was the tie against the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah. Then y'all went 9-8. Good job on y'all. Then you went 12-5, even better. And then you went 15-2. Y'all have a team that's on the up and up.
Now we just need a better defense and coaches. Now we need coaches, which we're gonna get to the Lions game, and I am not happy about it by any means necessary. But I have a
All right,
rant.
on to the Bills versus the Ravens. To be quite real, this was probably the best game of the divisional round. Hands down, no questions asked. I feel bad that Lamar couldn't prove it this time around.
Oh no,
Lamar couldn't beat Cody Rhodes. He couldn't finish the story.
Yeah. I think he's now officially come down to earth and realized that it is time to just be classified as one of the best regular season quarterbacks when it comes down to it. And then try to work on his craft, take a few years, let his craft get better and better, and try to figure out what's going to help this team go win a championship at some point. The Bills. Go.
I was just gonna say I know we'll talk about it later, but I honestly think Josh Allen's more Cody Rhodes. But we'll go on that later.
Oh God, are we about to have a WWE NFL crossover?
Why not? The Royal Rumble's tomorrow.
Oh God!
We could definitely have a WWE segment.
Royal Rumble is on Saturday.
Oh God! I swear to God, I swear, if Edge, even though I know he's at AEW right now, comes back, I don't care what he calls himself at AEW. I'm calling him Edge no matter what, because that's what I know him as. If he comes back for the Royal Rumble, let's just say that it's probably gonna blow the roof off the building again. Anyway, back to the NFL. I truly think the Bills are in the point of Josh Allen's career that it's win now. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's win now or y'all are fucked.
Trade him away. Win now or trade him, leave.
Yeah, I truly think I love Josh. I don't like the Bills at all. I hate the Bills. They're a division rival. They can go burn respectfully. But at the end of the day, they are better than the Jets.
Jets, Jets, suck.
Fuck the Giants. They can go burn in hell.
I got 2 words for you.
Suck it!
Manning.
I hate you.
But you love me.
This is now up for debate after you did that. But yeah, the Bills need, if they don't win within the next 2 to 3 years, Josh Allen has to try to see if he can get himself out of there.
Yeah.
Because they did nothing, to be real. The only thing that the Bills did this offseason to better that team was, I believe, re-sign James Cook, and that was it. They traded one of their best wide receivers to Houston 2 years ago.
No, it was this year.
It was this year? Oh. So, this year.
Yeah.
They proceeded to... Oh, yeah. Proceeded to not pick up anybody to replace them. And then I mean they did get another tight end, which was kind of useful, but fuck the Bills anyway.
I mean, shoot, Josh Allen had 6 touchdowns in one game. And 3 of them were rushing, 3 of them were passing.
Here's my
That's
other
it.
thing. The Bills have to win because they have a new stadium that I believe will be operational next year.
Also,
Oh my God.
I want to get hypothetical. Imagine if Josh Allen went to the Lions.
It'd be fucking hilarious, but I don't think it'll happen.
I
If
know
it-
it wouldn't happen, but like it would be just carnage on a different level. Like I love
Dude,
Jared-
him, Amara, St. Brown. Oh, fuck, it's over.
Amon-Ra, Jameson Williams, and you got freaking the running side of the ball. You got Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery. You got Sam Laporte. Like it would be chaos on offense.
100%, and I'm for it. All right. Now, we're on to the next game.
I'm not ready.
Washington Commanders 45. Detroit Lions 31. The number 1 seed. Probably the best team in the postseason. Getting their ass beat in the first round of their play.
All right. What do you want me to start with this?
This is essentially going to be your rant, so go at it, have fun.
Here's what I'm gonna say. First things first, I think the Lions were stupid in letting Ben and Aaron go to interviews the day before. I think that- Well, both our offensive and defensive coordinator are gone. So that's the first thing. But basically, it sucks because I know defensively we got screwed. It was
Injuries
injury-
are what took y'all out. Like,
yeah, we
looking
got
at
2
a buck-
injuries in that game. Too.
And honestly, this game probably would have gone a whole different route if y'all had Hutch.
And here's the
Maybe.
thing. Here's what upsets me a little bit is that like Jared, bless his heart, he kind of not good that night. He was kind of doo-doo. And Jaden Daniels, he was not. Jaden Daniels actually impressed me that night. He's terrified me actually. Granted, he was kind of it's a paper napkin of a defense at that point. That's
Yeah.
coming from the line itself. But I mean, there was just nothing we could do. Like offensively, we tried to just keep up, and their defense just held out. Like they did really good defensively as well. And there's nothing we can really do because we were just getting back Montgomery too, so he wasn't 100%. And there's nothing like it. It just sucks at the end of the day. Like I'm heartbroken. Wore my Lions jersey to work that day. Took it off the second that game was over. Actually, took the jersey off the second I saw that last pick. Really. I was like, nah, I'm done. Am I excited for next season? Not 100% sure because we did just lose half of our coaching staff. Not even joking. I think we lost our defensive line coach. We lost our offensive coordinator, our defensive coordinator. I think we also lost our wide receiver coach. Like, a lot of people just left. So this year's just picking up the pieces. But if I could say one thing, and this is gonna be my rant portion of this, can I swear someone out on stream?
Oh. Is
Ben-
anybody in this stream?
No,
Okay.
Ben fucking Johnson, you motherfucking traitor! You are dead to me. in every single way. I hope Caleb Williams crashes and burns, and you realize how much you lost when they fire you in 2 years.
Who
Wish
knows?
you all the best.
Who knows? He might come back to Detroit.
Honestly, he's going like to one of the worst teams in the coach merry-go-round. They fired at least 5 coaches this past like 3 seasons, I think. 2 of them were this year.
Jesus.
Like, and the worst part is he took 2 coaches with them. Like, dude could have went anywhere else. Anywhere else. Like, you lose the game to the Commanders, that hurts. And then not even 24 hours later, you're signing with the Bears. Bro.
The Bears.
Like, how? Why? Like,
because fuck you, that's why.
it just stings. It really does. Because I actually really liked Ben Johnson. I was even ranting about him to coworkers, like, who do you like better coordinator-wise? You know, Aaron or Ben? I'm like, dude, I'd like Ben. But not like this. Not like this.
We'll take a small break from roasting the Lions to do a little bit of a coaching hire talk. And this is more so because of me, is my team related. Not only had the Patriots picked up Mike Vrabel, which is a fantastic pick because you give him a team that actually has a decent weapons package, he's going to do good no matter what. And then you go ahead and you place not just that, but you also place him with a good, young, talented quarterback. Like, look what he did with Marcus Mariota that one year. He did a good job with him, and then they got Tannehill. And the rest was history. On top of that, he actually has a fantastic OC that got brought back for the 3rd time to New England in Josh McDaniels. Some people hate that move. Mainly anybody that is outside of New England fan base. I love the move because Josh was the reason that Mac Jones played very well in his first season. And then you fuck up and replace him as he goes to Oakland to try to be a head coach with Matt Patricia. And then Billy O. Don't get me wrong, Billy O's a good coach. He's a pretty good coach. He's done a pretty swell job in the NFL. Not what you fucking need when they're more run. One's a former defensive coordinator, and the other is a more run-dependent offense of coordinator. Now, McDaniels is, of course, more of a run style offense, but he actually develops a quarterback good. Case in point, Mac Jones. He developed Mac Jones into a Pro Bowler of a quarterback.
A serviceable quarterback.
Exactly. He was a serviceable quarterback. He did a good job with them. And now we have one of the best quarterbacks from the draft class, which should be case in point, seeing as when we took him, quite conveniently enough, in the same exact pick that we are in right now, I think. I truly believe, now that we have an actual OC for Drake May, who also was the OC of one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play this game, is going to be able to develop Drake May into one of the best young really young quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
I know that's a hot take, and I know some people definitely will not believe me when I say that, but I truly believe Drake May will flourish under Josh McDaniels. That's also if, on top of being the offensive coordinator, he's the head quarterback coach. Now, of course, he can't do the same shit he did with Tom, which was piss Tom the fuck off and go and watch Tom Brady drive down the field, piss the fuck off, and destroying defenses. We don't know how Drake will play under him, but I see a very good future. We also have really good draft capital, so we should have a pretty decent ability. Not draft capital. Fuck.
Stock.
No, cap space. We have a really good cap space right now. We can go this offseason, once this offseason begins, go and possibly pick up a true number one wide receiver. So we can actually be able to have a good target that isn't a tight end. Because I'm sorry, we've sucked at drafting wide receivers. Anyway, I will continue Patriot talk after we finish up the conference championship and talking about the college football playoffs. Anyway, on to the command. Yes, on to the Commanders versus the Eagles. What the fuck, DC?
Why didn't you play like this?
You go in to the biggest game of Jaden Daniels' fucking career and essentially lay the fattest turd on the fucking field. Y'all beat the number one ranked team in the NFC and got beat to shit by the Eagles of all people. A team who I personally don't think should have been fully in the playoffs.
I mean,
Actually,
honestly,
never
at this
mind.
point, they were doing well, and that was even before Saquon joined the team. Then they got Saquon. It's like, yeah.
Realistically, I think,
expected it, but
and I hate that I'm saying this because I fucking hate Philly after Super Bowl 52. I hope the Eagles run Saquon 20 times down the fucking Chiefs' throat and just put up 55 points again. I want to see Saquon Barkley go and rip the Chiefs a new fucking asshole. I want to see them give the ball to Saquon, run right at Chris Jones, and him truck right over Chris Jones.
No. I want Saquon to run all the way to the 1 yard line and then just do every single touchdown, do a tush push.
That would honestly that would satisfy so many parts of my soul you wouldn't even know.
The only issue I have with this is the fact of we all saw what the fuck happened after the Eagles beat the Commanders. There was bloodshed on the streets.
Yeah, it was NFC
East. That's also kind of like a rivalry game.
Yeah,
it's also not that. It's more so the fact that the Eagles vandalized their own goddamn town again.
That's just par for the course for Philadelphia, let's be honest.
Totally.
Fucking city of brotherly love my ass, and I'm a 76ers fan.
I'm just like...
I don't want to talk about it. Our season's been ass.
I just want to
say... We don't talk about the Hawks either.
The Hawks are always ass.
I just want to add, I know it's not going to happen, It's too late, probably. I think the Eagles need to sign Jason Kelsey, even as like some sort of like interim coach, and give it to him more time to push.
Just fucking. Hey, Kelsey, we just need you for like 4 plays a game. You down? Fuck yeah, I'm down.
And then
fucking fucking
No,
round
and
2, Kelsey Bowl.
I was gonna say, dude, it would be great. He just looks at Travis like, this one's for you. Tush push into the end zone.
Nah, just have Jason at fucking quarterback. Just this is for you, Mama Kels. Tush push.
No, have Jason join on the defensive side, have him guard Travis the whole time.
That is a bad idea.
What?
But yeah.
You
Why
think
are we
it's that
giving
bad?
Chiefs fans ideas for wet dreams? Why are we giving Chiefs fans wet dreams? Why?
What do you mean? I'm talking about signing Jason Kelsey to the Eagles.
Yeah, but you said Travis. Travis plays for the fucking Chiefs.
Yeah, I was saying hire Jason on the defensive side of the ball for the Eagles and have Jason cover Travis.
Travis would get cooked every single time.
Good. Jason.
That's the worst draft pick ever, or not draft pick,
That's the worst,
signing.
like free agent signing.
You
Put him
think
back-
signing Jason Kelsey to the Eagles would be a bad thing after you just retired with the team?
Yes, because he was not training at all this offseason.
He's not been active at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's.
Oh no, he's been
what we're
active.
doing,
He's
just doing
been
a podcast.
he's been working out, but he's
Oh, yeah.
not NFL working out.
Like he's not preparing to get back on the field type workout.
Who knows? He might come back after this season. If he does, that's gonna be funny.
I would laugh, but I would also cry.
The king of the tush push. Anyway, well, that's the Commanders and the Eagles. Now on to the game that everybody is all pissed off at. Because I'm pretty sure some of us will believe that ref ball was involved with this
The
game.
eternal bridesmaid.
Yep. Chiefs beating the Bills 32-29.
Almost
Personally,
like we all saw it coming.
Personally, the Bills should have won this game. Fucking Buffalo had the better team. They were kicking the Chiefs' ass on the offensive side of the ball. But that Bills defense was just shit. Their defense is abysmal, to be real.
Hey, I want to go back to the Eagles real quick because I just remember this.
Oh God.
Did Jason Kelsey just retire last year?
Yes.
Bro, how do you retire and then your team goes to the Super Bowl the next year? That has to sting.
Oh no,
After
it
you
obviously will sting. It's just Jason's old.
Yeah, but it's making it sound like he was the problem when in fact it
Oh,
wasn't.
no.
They need a better run game.
Oh no, it was not his problem at all. The O line was the best part of
from the problem.
the O line of that last season of his was by far the best part about that offense.
I also want to say, because I just remembered this also. If you guys don't know who was their starting running back last year, it was DeAndre Swift, who was on the Lions 2 years prior before we got Gibbs. So I think it's kind of funny that the two teams Swift was on got better running games after he left.
It's also
Lions
funny.
got Gibbs and Montgomery, and then Eagles get Saquon the next year after he leaves, and goes to the Super Bowl.
What's funny about this is, of course, Saquon, 118 yards from that game. Kenny Pickett was in the game.
The fact that Kenny Pickett was in a game in 2025 It's kind of surprising.
Here's the funny part. He had two carries for -3 yards.
The man is not a rushing quarterback. Why are we trying to make him into a rushing quarterback? Damn it.
He is a rushing quarterback. He's a
clearly ain't
scrambler.
doing a good enough job at it.
Yeah, true. I mean, Jalen Hurts only had 16 yards. Dallas Goedert had 2 carries for 13 yards, though.
I was gonna say you should be happy, right? Because Jalen Hurts was a Georgia quarterback.
No, he was.
Oh, he wasn't. He was an Alabama quarterback who went to Oklahoma because he got.
Oh yeah, he went to Oklahoma. I'm sorry, I got the right confused.
I'm actively preying on his downfall. Fuck him.
Honestly, I'm hoping he does well, just because like the dude went from being like at a really good school, like going from Alabama to Oklahoma took balls. I'm gonna say that. You went from probably winning games to I know they
winning natties to winning nothing.
Yeah.
he's in the Super Bowl now.
True. Anyway, back to the Bills and Chiefs.
And Tua is not playing anymore. Or not going to be.
Oh, he announced his retirement?
Well, no, I was just making a joke because, like, I think they replaced Hurts for Tua, and now Tua's on the Dolphins, and Tua's pretty much concussed all the time.
I was gonna say, if he retired, then good. Finally, he needed to.
Yeah, Tua would be happy if Tua retired.
Uh,
For health reasons, I think.
Health reasons.
I love this tweet that was posted yesterday that got 1.2k likes. Is Tua fragile? Yes. Has Tua proven he can win the big game? No. But pretending he's average is totally disrespectful and shows you have an agenda. He is an average quarterback. The only he is a scheme-built quarterback.
Yeah. Which I think we kind of figured out. No offense to him, but I think we might figure out that Jared Goff is the same.
Yeah.
That's why I wish we didn't pay him so much money.
The bad part about it is the fact that Tua's only been in the league for 4 years.
It is already needing to consider retirement because of his play style, which is a very run-heavy play style.
And he has like 10 concussions in 4 years. That's not healthy.
That's not good.
And that man gonna have brain damage.
That man's gonna have stage 6 CTE by the time he retires.
Motherfucker's gonna get himself killed at this rate. And I'm not. Okay, no, he's had 3 concussions in 3 years. That's not good. Two of them coming in 1 season.
2 of them came within a week of each other.
Yeah. And then back to the conference championship. Fuck Kansas City. They can go burn in hell.
Yep.
Anyway, previewing of the Super Bowl as Pro Bowl weekend is going on, which congratulations, Drake May, to becoming a Pro Bowler in your rookie season. You did a good job, and I'm proud of you. Even on a shit Patriots team. Chiefs versus the Eagles. Fuck Kansas City. Let's go Eagles.
Yeah. The only people wanting Kansas City to win is Kansas City fans. There's like no other fans in the whole entire like even like Commanders fans. I know they just lost, but I feel like they're still wishing that the Eagles would win. I feel like I could be wrong.
You're more than likely wrong.
But at the same time, You want your first? I mean, they're about to go for a three-peat. No one's ever done that in the history of NFL.
The only team to come close to it is New England.
Yeah.
Twice.
I thought San Francisco did in the '90s.
And
Probably.
sadly, I have to mention them.
The Steelers.
No, the Cowboys.
No.
The
Patriots.
Cowboys, the one team that people hate more than Kansas City.
The Patriots would have had a three-peat in because of 51, 52, and 53. If it wasn't for Philly. You know what? Actually, yeah, no, that's one thing I noticed. Philly seems to be able to kill any shots at either a repeat or a three-peat. So,
Vegas odds are stacked against Kansas City. Just saying, ladies and gents.
this is true. So, for the first time of me actually saying this, fly, Eagles, fly.
How about we just watch the game and they both tie and we just say the game's over? No one wins Super Bowl.
I mean, I have somebody who's stated, I am on Team Asteroid.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's about where I'm at too. I'm on the asteroid. I don't want either team to win.
Wait,
Fuck both of them.
Wait. What about this? Game goes. Both teams get the flu. Nobody dies, but nobody can make it to the Super Bowl. So we just postpone until next season.
Nah, it's just going to be the flu bowl.
Yeah.
We're fighting with our third string or practice squad that, wasn't on the bus. Honestly, I would watch that game. If it was a practice squad bowl, I would actually watch that.
Unironically, that actually low-key kind of sounds fire. See who has the best third stringers.
Third string
I would
people
love to see that.
People, this just sounds well. If you think about it, it was the Lions. We were pretty much just signing people right off the whip. Like Jamal Adams signed with the Lions, and he hadn't played since like 2019 or something like that. Not 2019, but
All right. Now comes the fun part.
I don't want to talk about the college football championship, please.
We unfortunately have to. Even though you and I both don't want to talk about it because fuck Ohio State.
Well, it's not that I don't want to talk about it. It's just funny to me because I feel like we were the reason that they won.
More than likely, I wouldn't be surprised. Michigan is probably the reason Ohio State said "go fuck yourself" to everybody, and went for the win.
They couldn't beat Michigan, so they did the second best thing, won the college football championship.
Exactly.
Win another natty.
The first natty in 10 years.
Now I'm just hoping that we win next year as well because we were like, okay, so you couldn't beat us when you won the natty. Now you couldn't beat us when you said you probably got better. I think
Exactly.
it'd just be funny.
My thing though with this, and this is me being a salty fan that saw the Irish lose. And people will agree when I say this, it was rigged. It was rigged from jump.
Well, that's the only way Ohio State can play football.
Exactly. Ohio State.
As much as I despise Ohio State, I'm not mad as a spiteful Georgia fan towards Notre Dame right now. As a spiteful Georgia fan, I'm not mad. But I was entirely on Team Asteroid to begin with, so I wanted that asteroid to hit that fucking field, and that way nobody won that shit because Georgia should have been fucking playing it.
True. And Georgia probably would have won.
Guaranteed.
But the one thing I find funny about this is the fact that you go and you look at Twitter during that fourth quarter, you will see a bunch of angry Ohio State fans being like, "This is ref ball. Fucking Notre Dame has getting all the calls. What the fuck?" When, to be quite real, and I'm going to be that petty, and
That's like such a
Ohio
bummer
State
about it.
had 6 penalties for 58 yards to Notre Dame's 3 calls for 30 yards. They can go eat a fat dick because they had more calls called in their favor. So, fuck Ohio State. They will forever go and live in the burning depths of hell. Now, the only thing I will say, if Notre Dame actually got their rushing game more than 53 yards that game, Notre Dame was going to definitely win that game. If they could have actually ran the ball in that game, this would have been a whole different game, and Notre Dame was probably going to win it. It would have been the first championship in Irish history since what? The 80s?
Either way, Cade was Team Asteroid for this game as well.
True.
I didn't care who won or lost. I wanted my dogs in the picture, and it fucking got immediately ruined because Kirby Smart can't figure out how to coach his way out of a paper bag.
Woody Hayes is the last one to win multiple national championships at Ohio State. That's something I now set for myself, to be the next head coach to win multiple championships at Ohio State. There's still a lot more to be done. Ryan Day can't fucking coach himself out of a fucking loss against Michigan. Who the fuck thinks he's going to actually win another championship?
So I thought he was going to be on the hot seat this year.
Oh,
If
he's
he
still...
didn't-
If he loses again to Michigan 5 years in a row, he is more than likely getting fired. Even if they go win another natty. Or even if they make a good run in the postseason. They will
It's still funny.
they will more than likely fire him if they lose again. And this is even worse for them because Michigan is coming in with a much better team next year.
Hope so.
Oh no, it 100% is because this new quarterback we got can actually fucking throw the ball.
Who's he gonna throw to?
I don't fucking know. I think we got some good people coming in at wide receiver.
We'll talk about that in a different stream. We'll do like a individual team look through.
Recruitment class of recruitment. Let's go see. Oh shit! Actually, this is some good news. Michigan quarterback signee Bryce Underwood is the first recruit to ever receive a 100 rating from On3.
It doesn't matter until you actually see it in the field.
He is the only person. He's the only person ever to get a 100.
I don't believe it till I see it. I'm telling you, people could be 5-star recruits and then fizzle out. Dude, look at Rashawn Gary.
This is a Michigan guy. I believe in him.
Rashawn Gary was a Michigan guy.
That's a bitch though. He wasn't the number 1 ranked player in the nation.
Yes, he was.
We have a 4-star wide receiver coming in with him, so who knows? Andrew Marsh might have might have a good option there. You also got Jamar Browder coming in. I mean, we have a good already enrolled. Um, we got the first and the 10th ranked players in the nation coming at quarterback and at O tackle. That's good. We need somebody to be able to block his blind side. So, actually, we got 2 tackles coming in. What the fuck did you just send? He was in New Jersey, not Michigan. And I don't trust him. I didn't trust that guy in general. Wait, he never really played.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah, he did.
He was one of Harbaugh's first players that he recruited.
I mean, he didn't play that bad if he was able to get a first-round draft pick.
No, but compared to what it was supposed to be, I'm not saying it's gonna be bad, but I don't think it's gonna be as good as people we're trying to make him out to be. I won't believe it, I'll see it. That's what I mean. Just because it says he's gonna be really, really good, don't mean shit till you actually see it on the field.
Here, why don't I go ahead?
The last player I see from Michigan who was really good in college, who went and actually did good in the NFL as well, was Hutch. And that's it. I haven't really seen anybody come out of Michigan who turned out to be really good. Which shows that Michigan puts together a good team, I guess.
True. I'm also trying to see if I can find Bryce Underwood's. Bryce. That's not what I wanted. Bryce Underwood. Let's check your stats in high school. If it'll load. You know what's funny? I'm looking at all of these. So just 5 of the teams that offered, including Michigan. You had LSU, who was the reason that was the one that was supposed to get him. Had a 94.2% prediction that he was going to LSU. He was also offered at Michigan State. Ew.
If he went to state, I would have lost it.
If he went to state and turned state into a possible natty team, that would have been funny.
How are you saying that as a Michigan fan?
Hey! They need something good to happen to them right now. They've been asked since the first national championship. Minus the time that they beat us in 2020.
2020 was weird.
Or not 2020, 2021.
Still weird.
Yeah. He also got an offer from Alabama.
Alabama. Go fuck yourself.
And from the team down south.
Team down south. There's so many.
The one that we always refer to as the team down south.
What?
Ohio State.
Oh.
Let's see what
I thought you were referencing Decade as down south and me in Georgia.
NIL. Oh my God. Bro is getting $2.9 million from Michigan. That didn't give me any stats at all. I want stats. Give me. Let's see. So. Yeah, why can't I find any of his stats? This is kind of stupid. Oh, wait, never mind. I might be able to find them here. Da 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 da. Nope, never mind. Okay, well, fuck. Alright. Well, college football is now over. We can at least now all pity and self sorrows of all of this now.
I mean, hey, as a Michigan fan, obviously I am upset that Ohio State won, but at the same time, I'm still rolling on the ground laughing because we still beat them.
Yeah, like this natty for sure has a massive asterisk in the fact that they lost to Michigan.
Asterisk?
Yes. Shut up. All right. Well, after that, we shall. I'm gonna bring hockey into it real quick. Specifically, we're talking about Ovechkin because he is now 19 goals away from breaking the record set by Wayne Gretzky. He has 19 goals left to go, and I will be in DC on my birthday for the Tampa Bay Lightning game to have a chance to witness history. Which, knowing my luck, would probably... Huh?
If he doesn't end the game after.
I'm gonna be mad. We are sitting in the lower bowl in his wheelhouse. I want to see him break this record. He needs to score 2 goals each game from this point to that game in order for me to possibly see him break the record or tie the record.
And what if he breaks it the game before?
I really hope not. I don't care if he ties the record the game before, because then all eyes will be in Washington on this game, because of the fact that he more than likely will break that record against Tampa. Seeing as Tampa Bay, I think, don't quote me, I'm gonna double check this real quickly. I think Tampa Bay is not doing too hot right now.
Really? Weren't they doing really good a couple years ago?
Yes,
A few
currently
years
Tampa
ago.
Bay is currently in the first wild card position for the Eastern Conference. Oh fuck! Actually, Winnipeg, you can have first. I don't want that. We did just lose to Sens in overtime today, so I'm kind of bummed about that, but Ovi still scored today, so I'm happy. He almost had a second goal. He almost had, a second goal twice in that game. Once in overtime and a second, the game tying goal that happened. He almost scored. Instead, Dylan Strome was the one that got the goal that tied the game, which would have been fantastic to see Ovi had got that instead, because I really want this record. I want to see this happen. But he has a good chance. He has a good chance to possibly tie the record before on the day I go. So we'll see. Caps are still looking fantastic this season. At 74. Holy shit! It's after Winnipeg and Washington, it's kind of as far as who's the next team, being Carolina, who has 68 points, versus Washington 74 and Winnipeg 75. Oh yeah, that's really the main things with hockey. There's nothing much else going on right now. I know we have All-Star break coming up soon, and we also do have the Four Nations going on. So I don't know when. Actually, when is the Four Nations? Four Nations face off. February 12th to the 20th. Wait, when's the All-Star break? NHL will instead hold a Four Nations. Okay. So instead of a full on all-star break like they normally would do. And I'm checking this now to see what the schedule's looking like right around then. Oh yeah, no. Wait, hang on. That's not right. February. Never mind. Everyone that's playing in the four. So instead of the typical All-Star break, that All-Star break is going to be the Four Nation face-off. So everybody gets essentially a 2-week break. To relax and recover. At least for those that aren't able to participate, which the Four Nations this year is Canada, Finland, Sweden, and the USA. Which, speaking of which, why don't we go look at Team USA? So, Team USA's roster for the Four Nations is... So, we're going to start at goaltender. You got Jeremy Swayman, Jake Ottinger, and Connor Hellebuck. Helly is probably going to be the starting goaltender for this tournament. On defense, you got Brock Faber, Adam Fox, Noah Hanfin, Quinn Hughes, which... Sorry, guys. Ow. Quinn Hughes, good pick. We're not going to talk about the Vancouver game because he did score 2 goals against the Caps. Charlie McAvoy, Jacob Slavin, and Zach Werenski are all their defensemen. And the forwards are pretty good. You got Matt Boldy, Kyle Connor, Jack Eichel, Jake Gensel, Jack Hughes, Chris Kreider, Dylan Larkin, Austin Matthews, JT Miller, Brock Nelson, Brady Tkachuk, Matthew Tkachuk, and Vincent Trocheck. Do not try to have me pronounce the team Finland and team Sweden, guys, because fuck you for that one. That is a pain in the ass. But Canada goaltending is questionable with Jordan Binnington, Aiden Hill, and Sam Montebello. The defense is pretty decent, honestly. Only thing to mention is that Alex fucking Christ, I'm not gonna try to say that. Vegas is one of Vegas's defensemen withdrew to tend to an ailment and prepare to the for the remainder of the regular season. But as fucked up as this is probably about to sound, especially to any Canadians, fuck you, Team USA is winning. We got the better team this year. All right. Well, that about concludes it so far. I know we had Mac already do his rant. Okay, do we have a rant for you today, buddy?
Fuck the Chiefs. And I have nothing else. I was just like, fuck the Chiefs, because that fucking game was bullshit.
It was. Let's see. I'm trying to think. As far as it goes for me. Oh, I do have something. Fucking San Diego.
Oh god, here we go. I feel like it's going to be a weekly rant for fucking Chew to go on about San Diego, especially either the Padres or something going on with the...
Motherfucker, we've done nothing. That front office has done jack shit to improve upon the pretty good team that we have. We let Ha-Sung Kim walk and go to LA. LA of all places. Blake Snell went to LA.
You know what's going to happen? He's more than likely going to win a World Series with them.
More than likely. And I'm pissed about it because he should have won a fucking World Series in San Diego. But no, our fucking team sold him. Our starting rotation is aging. Bad. Spring training starts in literally less than a month.
Shit.
And there's talks right now of Mets closing on a trade for one of either Dylan Cease or Michael King.
Go Tigers.
Huh?
Go Tigers.
That Tigers ain't gonna do shit.
Hey, they've been to the playoffs.
Yeah, now they're about to fold. Padres did do one thing at least right. They re-signed Elias Diaz on a 1-year contract. Pretty cheap contract, if I remember correctly. But hang on, let's take a look at this.
This is why the edited episodes are going to be so much better, is because we're going to cut out a lot of this dead air
Yeah, true, but
of us like looking shit up, and like for chat and for live chat. Like I apologize for my silence. I'm like fucking donut right now on the Unsubscribed podcast. I'm just straight up like going to be silent today. I'm not in a. I'm not on today, apparently. I don't know what's going on.
then neither am I, honestly. I'm off. I'm dealing with a fucking leg injury. I'm just not here at all. I'm trying to see what this fucking package is looking like. Because I want to know what they're trying to offer.
That might be some insider information that we're not privy to yet.
I want to know what the offer possibly is as far as it goes for Dylan Cease. Because I would love... Because I know Dylan Cease's contract is fat. And we need to get rid of it. So we can open up more ability to sign like good, smaller guys that can actually provide... provide stuff. I know San Diego also has to hope for our young catcher that's down in Double A, I think, right now, to progress faster so we can try to call him up, have a good young stud behind the plate that actually can catch. Cease won't come cheap, even if he's a rental. The Padres are looking for top-tier prospects in return. The Mets have the farm system to get a deal done. It doesn't tell me what the fuck they might give us. I want to know what these trades are looking like because I want to see if it's possibly going to work out in our favor. Cubs Mets talking Cease. Oh, fucking Christ, that's right. I'm truly, I truly hope, yeah, I know. I truly hope the Padres fucking change this shit because fuck me, this is bad. Like, for fuck's sake, they need to do something in these next few weeks before going into spring training. Otherwise, it's going to be a repeat. It's going to be a repeat after the 1 year that we beat the Dodgers, moved on to the NLDS or the NLCS, and then proceeded to get our ass beat by the fucking the Phillies. Which, God, I fucking hate Philly.
Aren't you a 76ers fan?
Yeah, he has a love-hate relationship with Philly.
Yeah. I was about to say, wait a minute. Hate
More...
the Eagles, love the 76ers, hate the... What's the
hate the Flyers, hate the Phillies.
Okay, Philadelphia Phillies.
Even though I rooted for the Phillies during their World Series run because, fuck Tampa Bay.
Oh, wait, what's Bryce Harper?
Huh?
Is Bryce Harper on the Phillies?
Yes, and fuck Bryce Harper. He's a bitch. And I just wish we could have some sort of a stability on offense at this point because let me look at the roster for San Diego right now. Depth chart. As far as it goes, like catcher is a whirlwind. You don't know who's gonna fucking start there come April. As of right now, we still have Luis Ariz. and Jake Cronenworth as well. Funny thing about the two of them, what Luis will probably play first base, and then they might throw Jake Cronenworth at second base. They may put. Well, of course, Manny's going to stay in the hot corner at third base. But for shortstop, it's either Xander, which realistically, if it was up to me, drop Xander, play Tyler Wade, even though Tyler Wade's a better defensive piece. Xander's a better offensive piece, but I truly think we need to try to get rid of that contract on Bogues. As much as I love Bogues, we need to get rid of that contract. We already have a lot of cap thrown into Tatis and Manny. Left field, we got nobody, which is sad, realistically, because left field was our fucking Profar, which I'm now sad that he actually walked. Center field and right field will be solid for a while with Jackson Merrill, who was a rookie last year, almost won Rookie of the Year, and Tatis out at right field. But yeah, all right. My rant's over. Fucking Christ, this was a bit that was bad for dead air time, but we learn. We make what we do. We're sorry that this went on for 2 hours, and about 30 minutes of that is probably dead air. We do apologize. We are still new to the whole podcasting scene.
Especially live podcasting. It's a whole other beast, y'all.
Yeah. We'll eventually get this thing on their wraps and actually do something right.
Alright. You want me to take us out, you?
Yeah. So, thank you all for coming along. Let me casually just go look at Twitch real quick. Fuck! Somebody I could have raided is no longer live. I know who we can raid!
I know exactly who you're going to raid. Alright, anyway, here, let me get it out. Alrighty. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, everybody else in between, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Undetermined Sports Podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Cade, joined today by Chew and Mac. And as always, stay fly. Stay fly, stay high, and stay on time. Let's go.
Exactly. All right. Now, everybody, hop into this raid. We are raiding one of my best friends. One of the people that I see as one of the bestest of friends that has helped me through a lot of shit last year.
Yay!
We're raiding my girl, my amazing friend, Nico Kitten Fox, who conveniently I am a mod for. So let's go provide all the love. I will provide some chaos for chat when we get there.
Let's see if I join this raid.
Why don't you refresh your browser real quick? Since we still have like about 20 seconds probably. But all right, let's go ahead. Let's get the music back up and going. And we'll see you in the next one. Take care, chat. Bye.